I'm going to give you the 3 strategies that I use to conquer meal prep every single week. And then at the end, I'm going to give you one of my favorite go-to quick, high protein meals. So stick around.
Good morning. We are getting ready to go do some grocery shopping so that we can meal prep today. So I am eating my Lara bar and we are going to head to the store. So grocery shopping is definitely not a chore for me. I know that there's some people who hate to grocery shop and even more so like to meal prep. But if you're doing it correctly, it doesn't have to be a chore. Excuse me, I'm chewing. So I can typically get my grocery shopping done in about 15 to 20 minutes. And the reason that I'm able to do that is because I have staples that I rely on each week. Now I say I, but typically when we go grocery shopping, it's both me and my spouse. It's kind of a family thing. But we have staples that we buy each week. And then we just change up the flavors. We change up the way that they're presented. But the cooking always stays the same no matter what. So our staples are typically going to be chicken thighs. Yes, chicken thighs, not chicken breast. Chicken breast is so boring. I'm so burnt out on it. So we prefer the thighs. If we're going to cut calories, which we're not overly concerned about just because of the level of training that we do, if we're going to cut calories, it's typically not going to be in chicken. It'll be from some other form of fat. So we will do chicken thighs, lean ground beef most weeks. And then his go-to starch is potatoes and rice. Mine typically is going to be rice. He also does cream of rice in the morning. And my breakfasts vary a lot. I'm actually not a huge fan of breakfast foods. So you're typically not going to see me eating oatmeal or cream of rice very often, or even eggs sometimes, unless it's mixed in something really savory. That's my preference. So we're gonna go get this grocery shopping done. It's gonna take me, like I said, like 15 minutes. We do have to make 2 stops because we do most of our grocery shopping at a bulk grocery store. And so there are some smaller items that we do have to stop at the regular grocery store to get, because we just don't want to buy vegetables, for instance, in large bulk quantities, especially fresh, because they'll just go bad. Versus, I already have like a ton of frozen vegetables in my freezer because they're going to keep in there for a while. So I don't mind buying those from the bulk grocery store. But the fresh, we'll typically stop somewhere else and get those. So I'm going to turn the camera off now because I'm getting to the main road and I want to make sure that I'm paying attention to my driving. So we'll see you guys at the grocery store.
Believe it or not, grocery shopping often takes us less than 20 minutes every single week. Now, today my family's not with me because they wanted no part of my shenanigans, but I am going to knock this out regardless. I'm going to show you that it doesn't take much time. I'm going to share my top 3 strategies with you. And if you are interested in getting started with your own meal prep routine, make sure you head over to tacticaldietitian.com/meal prep guide and download the free meal prep guide, which includes some of my favorite recipes and a meal plan for a whole week's worth of easy, yummy meals that will help you perform and live your best life. I will also drop the link in the notes below. Now, my first strategy for doing meal prep is going to be make sure that you have it in your routine, whether it's scheduled. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that you have to put it on your calendar, but the strategy that we use is we meal prep the same day every single week and we grocery shop the same day every single week. We are then going to meal prep the following morning. If you've read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, you know that he says you don't rise to your goals, you fall to the level of your systems, and this is so true. If you don't have a routine, if you don't have a system for this, it's going to be that much harder for you to execute it every single week. Strategy number 2, we buy staples. So you can see here that I am just strategically hitting certain areas of the grocery store. We started off with getting the protein first. So I got chicken thighs. We typically are going to utilize chicken thighs. We also got ourselves ground hamburger. And here you can see what I'm doing is something that I actually love. I'm actually using the app to scan things as I grocery shop. And I don't even have to check out to the store. So when I'm done, I just slide the little slider to the checkout, and then I can walk out under the security cameras that they have above, and I'm good to go. We are gonna do a few vegetables. I actually don't like cooked vegetables. So I have a couple of vegetable staples that I actually enjoy raw that I'm gonna show you guys. I'm actually going to stop when we're finished here at the smaller regular grocery store to pick up some more fresh vegetables. Now, because we grocery shop on a weekly basis, a lot of times we're not even going to go through all of our fresh vegetables. So we just replenish that from week to week. Now, I am going to be talking a little bit about flavor profiling in the meal prep video. And so flavor profiling is a really great skill to learn, a really great technique to use, so that when you're buying these staples, you can actually use them in a variety of ways and have a lot of variety in the flavors that you are exposed to throughout the week. You'll notice that when we buy our staples, we're not really changing them from week to week. We're always going to get chicken thighs, we're always going to get ground beef, we will occasionally get steaks, just depends on how we feel. Typically, if we're going to do salmon, we actually do canned salmon. Now this leads us right into strategy number 3. If you're new to meal prepping and you want to keep it simple, then just stick with 1 to 3 recipes each week. Start with cooking things that you're familiar with, grocery shopping for those in bulk, and then preparing them in bulk. Don't try, 4, 5, 6, 7 new recipes and then end up with a cart full of groceries that you're not really going to use. That can be extremely frustrating. So keep it simple. 1 to 3 recipes. Start with ones that you're familiar with, and just start building that routine of going to the grocery store, doing the meal prep. And as you become more comfortable, then you can start increasing the amount of variety that you're getting throughout the week. I am not going to be the person who spends hours and hours in the kitchen. If I can't cook a single meal in less than 20 minutes, I'm probably not going to do it, which is why all of the meal plans, all of the recipes that we set our athletes up with, that they pull from our recipe bank in the coaching portal, is filled with easy recipes that are quick and super macro friendly. So if you want to check those out inside our coaching and nutrition education program, again, you can head over to tacticaldietitian.com and I'll drop a link for you below. So I'm gonna get these groceries unloaded, and then I'm gonna show you one of my favorite recipes to actually create from some of the things that we just bought today. So I loaded this up with my groceries, and we're about to see if the gym pays off or not. All
right, grocery shopping is done. We are home. I have not yet finished unloading my groceries. I will get to it, but your girl is hungry. You know I need to eat. So we are going to make a quick snack, and I'm going to be using the naan bread that I just bought. This is probably going to be what I'm gonna have for most of my breakfasts this week, and I'm gonna eat it now. I'm kind of experimenting a little bit, so you guys are going to get to experience this with me. So let's go ahead and make lunch. All right, so this naan bread for 1 piece, this is going to net us about 280 calories. We're gonna have 48 grams of carbohydrate, 8 grams of protein, which is fantastic. I usually like to keep my carb intake anywhere between 40 to 60 grams per meal. This is really important so that as I'm accumulating calories, carbs, and whatnot throughout the day, I have enough energy in my fuel tank to train in the afternoon. So we're gonna do an avocado cup, and one of these is going to net me 90 calories, 5 grams of carbohydrate, 9 grams of fat, and 1 gram of protein. This knife is not working very well. Let's switch to a spoon. Yes, much better. Now it's meal prep day, and I don't have any actual protein made. I was gonna do my meal prep now and film it for you guys, but I'm actually gonna do it tomorrow morning because my husband just called me and we are actually gonna go see the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie. So meal prep's just gonna have to wait till tomorrow. What I do have though is I still have some ham, some deli ham in my fridge that I occasionally snack on or use on my flatbread pizzas. So that's gonna be my protein source today. I'm going to put probably 3 slices on here at least to net me close to probably about 25 to 30 grams of protein. Okay. You can see I haven't even unpacked my groceries yet. Spinach on it. Let's take that big branch out. Spinach. And of course, we're going to add some cheese. So a little sprinkling of cheese. This is literally only 2 tablespoons of cheese that I'm adding. Go ahead and scramble up an egg. Oh, that was the ugliest egg crack in the whole world. And let's just pour that on top. Oh, don't run off the edges. There we go. So that's what it looks like, and I am going to throw it in my air fryer for probably 5 to 6 minutes and see how that turns out. It looks delicious, so fingers crossed. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I am not the greatest about cleaning out my air fryer right away, so I was really nervous when I opened the drawer. But I did actually clean it out last night because I did cook a little bit of chicken in here. So now we're gonna throw this bad boy in there. Okay, let's see, how do I wanna do this? Okay. Okay, let's see how that turns out. All right, moment of truth. Oh, fuck yes. Look at that. That looks amazing. Okay, let's get it out. Without burning my fingers. Oh, please. Okay. Oh. Oh, that's amazing. I feel like this light is not doing it justice. Look at that amazing color. The egg on there is cooked. It looks so good. Oh my gosh. This looks so good. Oh yeah. 10 out of 10. I think one of the things that's really great about this too is that if you don't have a kitchen, you could absolutely do this in the microwave. The air fryer does add that crispiness to the edge and to the top of it and gives it that nice brown color, but you could absolutely just stick it in the microwave for 45 seconds to a minute, melt the cheese, get the egg cooked. Just make sure you spread out the egg nice and thin, and this would work really well. If you like it, if you tried it, make sure you comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to get more yummies just like this.